12 News keeping you in the loop with everything happening in the West Valley. Some big news for the city of Peoria. It's a major land deal that could shape the future of the Northwest Valley, and it's a deal that's making a lot of people in one Peoria neighborhood a lot happier because it's moving a big semiconductor packaging plant away from their homes. The city of Peoria recently bought more than 830 acres of state trust land, and this is the map of the land that was purchased here. It will become part of what's called the Peoria Innovation Core. That core will be very close to the $165 billion TSMC semiconductor complex. Also, a huge $2 billion chip packaging facility from Amkor was announced as the first tenant on that new plot of land, moving it away from the Vistancia neighborhood. And residents have protested that there for months. So yeah, win-win-win. And one of the main movers behind all this is Peoria Mayor Jason Beck. Thank you for being here, Mayor Beck. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
And you told an interesting story as we talked earlier. You knew, because you've gotten a lot of flack over the last several months about that Amkor plant there near Vistancia, that big neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
And you knew it was going to be moved, but you couldn't say anything.
So we made the decision in a meeting October of 24 when Amkor decided that they were going to go from 500,000 square feet to over 2 million square feet.
So 4 times in size and much higher,
Four
right?
times
And the
in
neighborhoods
size,
said, we don't want it.
Yeah, 54 feet to 118 feet. It was going to be a massive building in that area. So we pulled chocks on the, as I would say, on the airport plan. We pivoted very quickly, and we actually beam a light focused on the state land deal about actually going down the path with the auction. Once we did that and we knew that we were all in, we had to keep the thing very quiet as much as possible, so we didn't have other developers actually bidding against us that would have possibly put Amkor in hostage in the situation. So because of this, we also 2 months later signed the largest state land deal with the Arizona State Land Division with the city of Peoria, which is over 7,000 acres. With that state land deal, it's going to generate about $1.5 billion for state education.
And that's that innovation complex. So I've been up, that's not far from my house. So if you go up there and stand on this area where Amkor is going to go, you can look out to the east and actually see the TSMC plant.
You and I have done it, actually.
Right.
Absolutely. So we're 4 miles from TSMC. So our goal, and when some of the early meetings I had with TSMC was, we don't need a TSMC. We need to actually, we want their subcontractors. We want those jobs that are actually going to support that mechanism. And we still have 85% of our citizens leave the city of Peoria and drive somewhere else. So
because there aren't a lot of jobs there.
Absolutely. We've built this bedroom community, and it's not sustainable. So what we need to do is we need to be able to drive revenue to the city, to take care of city services and hire more police officers. Like we've hired more school resource officers than any other city in the state per capita when it comes to how we've actually added them on. We've had more firefighters and police officers and great city services. That takes money to do that. To do that, you have to drive revenue, and you've got to be able to create jobs in your city to do so.
So what do you say to people who say, I don't want this growth. I don't want to see that desert go and become these plants?
Well, I would go back to a conversation I had with citizens about 2 years ago. The goal of the state land division is to sell state land. That is how we generate revenue for our state education. While I realize that people might have retired here or gone here, our jobs as public officials are actually to control the growth in a way that actually makes sense, drive smart economic growth for the entire valley, not just my city, but the entire valley. And our goal needs to be creating jobs for our citizens. A lot of people will retire in some types of communities, and they think that those jobs shouldn't be in their neighborhood. The problem is we have young families, and you're one of them. You live up in that area as well.
Not that young, man.
Well, I'm the same way, right? But I still have a 7-year-old. I think our kids might even go to school together. So you start to look at how our young families are, we're driving outside of our city to do that. I want citizens to be able to spend more time with their families. I want citizens to be able to spend more time with their kids and spend more energy at home and be able to spend their own dollar at home instead of traveling through gas. And I think that is part of what the Peoria Innovation Core is. It creates a future for the next 20 years of what Peoria's future is.
Yeah, so we got about 30 seconds left. So in 10 years, what does that area look like right now? Now, if you don't know, when you drive up Desert Foothills Parkway, you're driving up towards the lake, towards Lake Pleasant.
Absolutely.
All right, so right now it's open desert. What's it like
now it's
in 10
open
years?
desert. I think in 10 years you're going to see both sides of it filled all the way up to Highway 74.
Wow.
I think you've got 1,000 acres on the east side of that. I would say that you're going to see massive growth up in that area, and we're hoping to create more and more jobs for our citizens in that area.
And breaking ground on Amkor?
October 6th, they started moving dirt today.
All right, great. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.